got Big Daddy all hot and bothered with this chariot energy, wanting to make a move towards you, wanting to express their feelings, wanting to accelerate this situation forward to the next level. This is somebody who doesn't want you to get away. You bring them so much fulfillment, ways in which you don't even know that you have checked off boxes for this person. You've really come in as like a wild card energy for this individual as well, where it's like they thought they were looking for one thing. You have fulfilled those requirements perfectly on many levels, and yet there is so much more to you than meets the eye, that you really have this person thinking about, like, what do I need to do in order to seal the deal here? What do I need to do in order to make my presence as like a viable option, long-term option, somebody with very serious intentions? What do I need to do in order to make that clear, so that even if we're taking like a slow and steady approach at this particular point in time, because this is somebody that wants to love you right and wants to really soak up this opportunity here to experience like everything that was missing in previous connections, desires, fantasies that had been like unexplored with other people. They're wanting to explore that here and now with you. And so there's a sense of almost like, okay, how do we keep the pace that things are going at? But how do I also give certain like guarantees, hints, or indicators that, yeah, I'm thinking of long term, even though we're sort of just sitting in this experience with one another right now, kind of moving back and forth within a holding pattern. This isn't because of fears that this person is not like charging forth to the next level with you. It's because it feels really good, very comfortable to be like in this place with you in the here and now. This is somebody that is like indulging in their fantasies, both spicy fantasies and things that are very kind of like prim and proper and appropriate. This is the type of person that sees you as the type of individual that they could like bring home to meet their family, bring home to meet their parents. But then there's also a side of you that is like, yeah, you are super naughty, and that is something that they really, really like. They like the idea of what could be cultivated just between the two of you behind closed doors, but also the idea of like, yeah, this is a connection where we could showcase this in the light of day, and that would be satisfying on all levels as well. We got the Page of Pentacles. So this person is, again, like thinking of some kind of offer, some kind of invitation, something to kind of let you know, I'm thinking about long-term energies here. I'm thinking about long-term potentials between the two of us. This is definitely somebody that has given thought to marriage. I'm hearing you'd look really good wearing my last name. So for the ladies out there, this is definitely somebody that wants to wife you up, wants to, you know, kind of like become your one and only, sees you as marriage material. Like regardless of gender, this is somebody that like wants to marry you, thinks if this is going to continue to progress in the way that it has so far, this is everything that I have been looking for. You are the experience very realistically of like heaven on earth for this person, not in a way that is totally, you know, ungrounded and unreliable, but there's a sense of like who you really are as a person, how you live your life, the way in which you have, you know, brought experiences to this person's life that they've never had before, never had with other lovers, never experienced in other people. This is something that has brought out a level of an understanding of wish fulfillment that it's almost like I'd be a fool to let this go. I know I'm never going to experience this with anyone else again. And yet you call this person's attention to like higher possibilities in terms of like what love and partnership can look like for the two of you moving forward. You've made this person very seriously consider what that would be like to step into the, you know, kind of the role of a spouse, of a husband, or, you know, if this is, you know, other kind of gender roles, as like a wife, you know, apply that to your situation in whatever way that resonates. But this is somebody that is like thought about that, like, okay, if we, you know, continue to progress forward and then we're dating and then it becomes serious and then we get married and, you know, we're with one another for the rest of our days till the end of time, forever, eternally, like whatever that looks like. This is somebody that it feels like they get a lot of fulfillment kind of thinking about that, like my search in love is over. You have all those qualities of like the one, more than they thought that they were going to experience or that they could like find all in one person. You're like that perfect package, but then there's extra to it, which it feels like is very fulfilling for them. We also have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, so this person is like totally crushing on you. Even if you're in a connection with one another, they have a huge crush on you. There is so much that is unspoken between the two of you that they don't want to hold back forever, because this is somebody, it feels like that they're enjoying that kind of aspect about like, yeah, we've got this kind of, understanding with one another. We've got this connection with one another. I have feelings that have been expressed on a certain level in different ways to you at this point in time, but then there's this whole other world inside of me emotionally that has been stirred up because of you. This is somebody that wants to like pull you in closer, wants to, protect your heart, make you feel very cherished, very appreciated, for everything that you are, both the ways in which, you have kind of like tapped into this person's almost like dark fantasies or like their shadow side. Like that's a level of fulfillment that it's like they've never had in a romance before. And also the ways in which, you are kind of resonating with or responding to or really feeding and fulfilling more surface level, kind of like ordinary emotional needs within this person. They are seeing you as the full package, somebody that they can be very like nurtured by, mind, body, and soul. We also have the King of Swords. Yeah, so this is somebody that doesn't want to keep quiet about your connection for much longer. They are wanting to announce that out to the world, change that status on social media, start to post those pictures of the two of you together, make this known to family and friends like, hey, I've met someone, I've found someone. This is the person that I choose. This is somebody that wants to, again, like sort of enjoy the time where you are at with one another at this point, but they are definitely thinking about the future. What would that look like? How quickly would things progress? Because there's a sense of certainty within this person that you really align with one another. They definitely could feel like, I know that I have found the one. And so when more of like a direct confession is made or things accelerate to the next level between the two of you, this is somebody that's like, I don't want to like waste time sort of, sitting in like a slow progression forward. I want to give us time to like experience being a couple with one another, but then I want to get engaged quickly and I want to get married quickly. I don't need more time to decide. I want to start our life together, as a unit, as a team, as something that is very official or like legally we belong to each other. So this is somebody that definitely does not have fears of commitment, or if they had fears of commitment in the past, you are somebody who has broken them free from that. It's like you've saved them or liberated them from a sense of almost kind of like fearing trusting in their heart, or maybe they were encountering people where there was a sense within of like, I know if I commit to this person I'm just going to be settling. There was always this inclination of like, I think that what I'm seeking, it's something that I haven't found yet. And so this may have been something that in the past kind of kept this person from finding like deep fulfillment, true fulfillment and happiness, from being able to like relax within connections, because there was always that sense that like you were out there, something better was out there, something that felt really right on all levels was out there. And now you're in each other's lives and things have progressed to where they are at this point, and this person is like, yeah, this is what I was hoping for, this is what I was seeking, this is that special feeling inside that also is reflected in like our outward experiences with one another, that is reassuring this person that they made the right choice in holding out on partnerships before. Or if this is somebody that was like, let's say it's someone that's divorced, if they were married before and they've decided to kind of like give love another chance, they didn't kind of take on that idea of like, oh, marriage sucks and I don't believe in that anymore, never getting married again. Like if this is something where this person kept their heart open, or their heart opened in your presence, and they're kind of like, okay, but you're the exception to that rule, like I definitely would marry you, or I'm definitely interested in giving that another go because this feels right. That is something that it's like they're congratulating themselves on like a job well done in that sense. They held out for the right thing, they waited for the right thing, and now you have arrived. Yeah, we also have the Five of Pentacles. So this person wants to put any doubts to rest within you. They want to help to kind of like soothe your fears. This is somebody that's like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here with you as we navigate through any fears which may surface, any difficulties between the two of us, or in our outside circumstances. I want to work with you to find our way through that. This is somebody that maybe the point you're at in both of your lives, it's kind of like, okay, you're old enough that you have, had your ups and downs as far as love is concerned. You've had your loves, you've had your losses. There's wounding and patterns like that may surface in some sort of way. Maybe things have already kind of trickled to the surface, but this is somebody that is not discouraged by that. They don't want to throw in the towel. They don't want to give up. There's kind of like, okay, let's find a way through this, because you're too important to lose. This connection is too rare to kind of just give up at the first sort of sign of like, okay, we're going to have to work. It's going to be a little bit of an uphill climb during this next phase, as the two of you are maybe stepping beyond kind of like a sense of seeking or searching, or maybe even some sort of disbelief about like, I don't know, maybe my standards are too high and I'm not going to find someone that aligns with that totally. It feels like in this circumstance, like this person is really certain, like, yeah, you just keep surprising them in the best possible way. You keep resonating very deeply with what it is that they have wanted, and also what they see that they need, that they didn't think to kind of like try to call into their reality. You're just showing up in that capacity. It's better than they could have hoped for. And so this is somebody that is with you. They're with you through thick and thin. This is somebody that will stand by you in the good times and the bad. Yeah, we got the Ace of Swords. So again, this is somebody that is really telling themselves like, I think I have found the one. I think I have found my perfect match, my perfect mate. This is something that they're sitting very comfortably in that big daddy energy as well. It's kind of like, yeah, I want to show up as that stable person for you. I want you to bloom into the best possible version of you. I want to, support you in any ways that I can, so that you don't feel for a single instant that you are lacking anything inside of yourself, so that you are free to kind of step into the fullness of your light. This is somebody that wants you to enjoy your life, wants to build a very beautiful life with you. They may have kind of like dreams and goals of the future, of things that you can do together in terms of like, work or finances, like co-creating things. This is something that if you have dreams and goals that you are kind of like working towards, this person even wants to sort of be in that stance of like, providing some sort of like solid base, somebody who's very reliable. If you may be in a position in your circumstances where you're like, I'm going through a lot of change, a lot of transformation, I'm having to kind of like cut certain things out of my life in order to create space and room to grow. This is somebody that wants to provide that consistency, that safe landing place where, maybe you can kind of get your mind off things for a while when you're with them. Or this can be somebody that, wants to kind of help support those dreams, open certain doors of opportunity for you if they have that ability, or really just be there for you as somebody that is able to kind of like lift you up, or be some sort of a safety net, maybe practically, maybe this is just energetically or emotionally, or some combination of those things, because there's a sense of like, I want us to both thrive with one another. You bring out the generous nature within this person without even trying. And so it's definitely kind of like for them, it's sort of like, okay, I'm not feeling that I need to kind of like earn your love, or buy your love, or beg for your love, or anything like that, but you just bring these qualities out of me of naturally wanting to be a giver. And part of that big daddy energy as well is someone that is brave enough to receive the fullness of the love that you have to give as well. So you have activated like the receiver in them. This person may be really good at kind of like shows of affection, giving gifts, kind of like pouring into others, but this may be something that is entirely new for them, to kind of sit in the space of vulnerability and be witnessed as they are by another person, to be held in that space where it's like, I am allowing myself to be seen beyond the masks. I am allowing another person to like pour a very genuine level of acceptance and love into me, and I'm not flinching and I'm not running, and it's something which is quenching like the parched parts of me that have never been fully appreciated or seen, because I've always been on giver mode to someone else, but it comes so naturally, that kind of like experience in tandem with one another. So it feels like that is something as well that's helping this person, like their higher self, kind of tapping them on the shoulders to say, hey, like this is someone that's good for you. This is someone that's good for your highest good. Yeah, we got the sun. So this is like bright sunny energy, positive omens, all the signs pointing to yes as far as progressing forward with this person. They are very assured that you are the one that they want. There is nothing that you have shown them before, nothing that has happened between the two of you that has turned them off in the least bit. This is something that this person is kind of like more and more becomes clear about you as a person, and it's more endearing. Like your flaws, this is somebody that finds those to be very endearing. The positive attributes about you, the strengths, this is something that this person finds those to be just delightful, just radiant, just wonderful. Everything about you, you're like a living work of art. You are perfection, even in kind of, all your imperfect pieces sort of put together. This person loves it all. They want you to continue to be yourself, continue to express yourself, continue to show up as you feel comfortable in this connection. And this is somebody, it feels like, that wants to kind of provide more illumination, more clarity about the nature of what exists in their heart for you, these desires and plans for the future, because it feels right to love you. It feels natural to love you. It feels like the stars have aligned specifically for this moment in time, for the two of you to be in one another's lives and one another's worlds, and kind of like leaning deeper and deeper into that emotional space to build toward a very happy and beautiful future with one another. So, those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. Like or comment to claim these energies. Subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more content that I put out here. Don't forget to hit the bell button to get notifications every time I post a new video. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link for that below. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.